रुक जाओ देने पर मम्मा કોણ હતો પપ્પા હમણાં મને સવારે હાથ ચડ્યા
મમ્મી તો ઊંઘાડે પછી મમ્મી ખબર પડે ના અંદર
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Let's begin the session with ICI motto.
Yaesha Sukteshu Jagrati Yaesha Sukteshu Jagrati Kamam 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 Pursho Nirmimana Nirmimana Adeva Shukra Adeva Shukra Brahma Brahma Adeva Mritamuchareva Mritamuchareva Asmin Lokah Shitaha Sarvataruda Charitashchala Etatvaita 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 Etatvaita.
Good morning, all CA members and my dear students. Being entered into lockdown phase 3, we are not aware whether it is Saturday or Sunday, so I cannot say welcome to this weekend because every day is the same day for all of us. Before we start this session, let me brief you the activities taking place at Vikasa Ahmedabad. Being the chairperson for Vikasa Ahmedabad, I'll just share what we had done in the last week and what are the suggestions or the coming webinars. Lockdown 1, we have started with quarantine first talent, where 7 categories were given to students and we had received an overwhelming response, and the winners were announced on 14th April. Lockdown 2 started with a buzz of webinars. The first week witnessed the webinars hosted by 6 branches together, along with Ahmedabad branch hosting the webinars. We had completed CA Inter Paper 1 Accounting, CA Inter Paper 5 Accounting crash course, along with other motivational session, Excel sessions, and communication. The Vikasa Committee of Ahmedabad is committed that every week we'll bring host of webinars for you, promising 2 webinars per day and a basket of webinars where students, apart from revision sessions, can get motivational sessions, continuing the dream of being CA, communication sessions, life skill sessions, be it IT skills, be it communication, or any other new skills. In fact, I must say that the COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise for all of us because it's a perfect opportunity for all of us to learn something new, whether it is to sharpen old skills or to learn new skills, be it learning, execution, communication, or mental leverage. And that's why we say that it's a physical lockdown and not a mental lockdown. And everybody, my students as well as members, will agree that our productivity has increased more than 3 times in this lockdown because many webinars are organized at branch level, at central level, and I'm so glad that everybody is taking an advantage of it. So I welcome you once again. Today's session is of utmost importance, and that is why our communication has gone to each and every member, because I have witnessed this session last Saturday where I was glad to hear CA Srinivas Vakati. And I was so amazed by the techniques he shared. And that moment, I made a decision that I will definitely be calling him next week at Ahmedabad for my members as well as for my students. I'm sure all of us will be glad to be a part of it, and all of us would be happy to learn those techniques because with loads of information going around, everybody must be having that backlog कि ये पढ़ना बाकी है, आज का newspaper बाकी है, ये article मैंने नहीं पढ़ा. Being a registered valuer as well as an insolvency professional, I have so many things to read, but we are not able to read because we don't have the right techniques. So today's session is very apt session required at this point in time, and Ahmedabad Vikasa is the team is working so hard to bring you all the resources. So my last request is, let's have a chat box interaction where those programs which you have liked and those programs which you are looking for, please mention in the chat box what kind of seminars or sessions would you like forward quickly, so that we can begin the session in 2 minutes. Just let us know what kind of seminars or suggestions you are looking forward. Yes, you can mention it in the chat box.
You can tell that to mail to us so that we can save our time.
Okay, fine. You can send us, the email ID is mentioned in the screen, vikasaahmedabad@ici.org. You can send your suggestions. And taking not much time, I would request the chairman of Ahmedabad branch, CA Fenil Shah, to propose opening remarks for our audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali Ben. Very good morning to everyone present here. The very learned speaker for the morning, C.S. Srinivas Wakati, the chairperson of Vikasa, C. Anjali Choksi.
Fenil, wait just a second. Since we are getting many disturbances, I have muted all. I'm just unmuting you. Just a second. Yeah, Fenil. Yeah, Fenil, sir, please.
Okay. So I welcome you all to this particular webinar. Friends, today, Saturday, as Anjali told that we generally can't recognize which day it is, but you can say that it is Saturday, and it is a super Saturday, because in morning we are starting with one power pack session on reading, and in the evening, friends, we are having one more very important panel discussion, which is very relevant not only for members but also for students. Let me just brief you, friends, on that panel discussion before we move to the concept of reading. Friends, if we have done an investment, we all are concerned that what will be the situation of our investment post-lockdown. And many of our clients and also many of us might be concerned that what will be our revenues which we can make investment post-COVID lockdown. To address all these questions, we are having panel experts from the field of stock market, from the field of real estate, and from the field of gold. And it is powered by My FM, and it will also be on radio. So this is a very big event today evening for us Ahmedabad branch. So I request all the students and members to take the utmost benefit of this, which will be very fruitful for you. Apart from that, one more announcement. Tomorrow morning, we are having how we can have a peace of mind by merging what we are learning in our profession along with the spirituality. And in that, we are having the CFO of Zydus Healthcare, Nitin Parekh, who is leading such a big company. So you can understand how much pressure he might be having. Apart from so much pressure, whenever you meet him, you will feel like talking to him, the smiling face, then how he imbibes this spiritual learning in his day-to-day. On that, we are having a session tomorrow morning also. So kindly take the benefit of that also. And now coming up on the session of reading, friends, my personal view, Anjali Ben, thank you. You have had such an apt a session right now, because what I feel is that when we are student or member, we make so much of efforts on improving the communication skills. But in my personal opinion, communication skills can be improved. Best communication is an output, but we less times focus on content development. And what is the main exercise by which we can develop content is reading. And when the reading exercise becomes fruitful, when we learn the art of fast reading, and that's the very best session we are having today. And just many students might be thinking that when we have so much of books to read of our own education, like of CA intermediate or final, sir, how we read the rest of the books? Then I can say that spare 10 minutes, 15 minutes daily, and apart from your professional reading, start reading just 1 or 2 pages daily of other reading. That's how you inculcate the habit of reading. So now, not taking much of the time, now I request again Anjali Ben to take the session further, but don't miss to take the benefit of evening session and tomorrow session, which will again help you to bring a very fruitful change in this post-COVID lockdown scenario. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, for the inspiration and sharing us the today's evening webinar and tomorrow's webinar. Request all of you to attend and make the most of it. Without taking much time, I know you all would be curious. Now I would request Raja Bhimani, the Vikasa committee member, to introduce our esteemed guest, Shri Srinivas Vatika sir. Over to you, Raja.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
So very welcome to all of you in today's session that is on art of fast reading with high concentration. So let me move towards the introduction. C.A. Srinivasan Vakati sir, he is the founder of Expert Learners Academy and a chartered accountant by qualification. He teaches many people how to read faster, get maximum value from any book. They read and take action on what they have learned in the book. His interest to learn how to learn started in school as he wasn't getting good grades, even after putting in a lot of hard work. After a few frustrating years in a school, at the age of 13, he started reading books on self-improvement and was immediately hooked to what he was learning. He became so passionate about learning new stuff that he started reading a book a week and sometimes a book a day. During the process, he came across books on how to learn faster, how to read faster, how to memorize, etc. He read over 100 books on these topics as well. These books help him in reading more books. In last 13 years, he have read over 3,000 books on various subjects in personal development, business development. If you read so many books, you will start noticing a lot of patterns. He have noticed it as well. So we can understand that what the level of knowledge he has. So without wasting too much time, let me hand over to CA Anjali ma'am, the chairperson of the Vikasa, and let's start the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Raza. I would now request CA Srinivas Vakati to take the session forward. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And you have to give me the rights to share my screen. Can everybody see my screen? Okay. So let's get started to the wonderful session. How do you read faster with high concentration? So we have over 150 participants. I'm sure most of you are CAs, and we also have some members. So before I start my session, I want to know what are your expectations from this webinar. We are going to spend around next 60 to 90 minutes on this topic. And I want to know what are your expectations from this webinar. What do you want to learn in next 1 hour? So please share your expectation in the chat box. And also during this, I'm going to teach you a technique called as TAP technique, which I have personally developed after reading over 3,000 books and speaking to over 5,000 people. So this is a very powerful technique, and I'm going to teach you how to read with high concentration. And during the webinar, if you want to ask any questions, I have shared a link on the screen, www.isrini.co/ICAI questions. If you have any questions, please ask there. If you go to that URL, it will redirect to Google Forms. If you ask there, I will try to answer as many questions I can at the end of this webinar. So let's get started. So I'm seeing all the expectations that you have from. I'm going to try my level best to meet your expectations. So a little bit about me. I am a chartered accountant by profession, by qualification, and I became CA at the age of 21. During the last 13 years, I have read over 3,000 books. I mean, it sounds very good to say that I have read over 3,000 books, but I was not like this when I was in my school. In fact, I was just an average student and sometimes even below average student. No matter how much hard I tried, I couldn't score more than 75% in my school. And it always used to frustrate me. And I used to look at the topper of the school and always wonder what exactly is he doing that I am not doing. And I didn't get any answer for years. After a few years, I came across this concept called as speed reading, and it completely changed my life. With these techniques, I realized that I can take a book, read it faster, understand it better, even remember it, and score more marks. It was very counterintuitive when I compare with what my teachers and what my parents told me. My parents and my teachers told me to work hard, to study hard. But there was this concept which told me study for less, read less, but at the same time score more. So I decided to master these techniques. And within few years, I definitely did. I went from somebody who was a below average student to a above average student. Somebody who never scored 65% in school to somebody who became CA at 21 and passing my CA final in my first attempt. So during this process, I have read over 100 books on the topic of learning, speed reading, memory, and any book that has the word learning on it. And during this process, I have developed a step-by-step system to finish reading any book. To finish reading any book. And I have taught these techniques to over 5,000 people in over 30 countries with some amazing results. I have taught these techniques to a 12-year-old school kid, to a 78-year-old professionals, and all of them got amazing results. I know that these techniques will work. I know for a fact this will work for you as well. All I request you to do is listen with an open mind and practice these techniques. So will you make a promise to practice what I teach you in this webinar? Type yes if you make a promise to read and practice what I teach you in this webinar. Excellent. So what will you learn in this webinar? You are going to learn a 3-step technique which I developed and which will help you to read with high concentration. I'm going to give you few tips on how to read faster. And I'm going to answer some of your questions at the end of the webinar. So that's the broad agenda of the webinar and for next 60 to 90 minutes. So let's get started with the webinar. As most of you are students here, and even the professionals, I'm sure you have given multiple exams in your life. I have a question for you. On what basis are you given marks? On what basis are you given marks? Type your answer in the chat box. Like we spend an entire year reading something, reading books, right? And we give an exam for 3 hours. And that paper goes to the examiner who checks it for maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes and he gives you the marks. My question to you is, on what basis are you given marks? So some are saying presentation, concepts, keywords, okay. The length of the answer, the mood of the examiner, okay. How smooth you present, okay. How you present, the clarity and the concept. So many people believe that you are given marks based on your understanding. Many people believe that you are given marks based on your understanding. Type yes if you believe that. Type yes if you believe you are given marks based on your understanding. In fact, this was something my teachers told me as well in school. Concept samajh lo, you will write in exam. Even I used to focus on understanding the concept. But sadly, that's not truth. Sadly, that's not truth. In Indian education system, you are given marks based on only two factors. I repeat this one more time. In Indian education system, you are given marks based on two factors. The first factor is your presentation skills, your handwriting, the way you present it, does it look beautiful and everything. That's the first basis. And the second basis is your ability to recall. I repeat one more time, it's your ability to recall. In short, you are given marks based on your memory. That's it. You are given marks based on your memory. How many of you agree to this? When I learned this concept, I couldn't digest it because in my entire school, I used to focus on understanding without realizing that I was not given marks based on understanding. I was given marks based on my memory. They were giving marks based on my memory. So if you do not agree to this, I'll give you a counter question. Sit for an entire year, understand the whole concepts, understand everything. You go and sit in the exam, but do not write anything. But do not write anything. Will you get marks? The answer is no. Why? Because there is nothing on the paper. You are given marks based on your presentation and your memory. But nowhere I am saying that understanding is not important. I am not saying that. As somebody who is preparing for CA, it's very important that you spend time on understanding all the concepts, understanding all the sections and standards of accounting and auditing, everything. You spend lots of time understanding. But at the same time, from today onwards, I want you to spend time on memorizing what you have understood, what you have read. Everybody understand so far? Type yes if you understood so far. So I have somebody who is typing something on the screen. If they can stop, it would be great. Excellent. So before I started my career as a speed reading teacher, I did a short survey with over 300 participants in over 30 countries. And I asked them only one question. The question was this: what's the biggest challenge or frustration you face while reading? More than 90% of them, in fact 97% of them, said these were the two challenges. The first challenge was not able to concentrate. They said something on the lines of, I sit for studying and my mind wanders. That's the first challenge. And the second challenge was, I do not remember what I have read. So these were the two challenges that were very repetitive. So do you have these challenges as well? First challenge, not able to read with high concentration. The second challenge was not remembering what they have read. So in this webinar, I'm going to talk about the first challenge, not able to read with high concentration. So step-by-step technique, which will help you to read with high concentration. I'm going to give you a framework and I'm going to train you how to look at reading. Here are the fun fact. 97% of the world's population reads between 150 to 250 words per minute. 97% of the world's population reads between 150 to 250 words per minute. So as somebody who were never taught in schools how to read faster, we never learned how to read faster. So most of the world's population reads between 150 to 250 words per minute. But with right techniques and with right strategies, you can go beyond 400 words per minute. In fact, there are some people who reads up to 1000 words per minute with high concentration. So can everybody mute themselves and also turn off your videos? It will reduce the bandwidth and everybody will be clear. And also somebody is scribbling on the screen. I please request to not do that. It could be distracting for many participants. I kindly request not to do it. So coming to the speed, 97% of the world's population reads between either 150 to 250 words per minute. During my workshops, during my webinars, what I do is I ask all the participants to test their reading speed. And when I do that, most of their reading speed is between this range. But with the right techniques and right strategies, we can go beyond 400 words per minute. So one question you might be having is this. If I read faster, will I be able to understand? If I read faster, will I be able to understand? The answer is this. Your brain has the capacity to read faster and also understand what you read. So it's quite possible to read faster and understand. In this webinar, the technique that I'm going to teach you, I have noticed that your reading speed will increase anywhere between 10% to 20% or 25%. So how many of you are excited to learn this technique? Type yes if you are excited. Let them coming. So I want to make this presentation as interactive as possible. So whenever I ask you a question, kindly respond with your answer. Thank you. So now I have a question for you. On the screen, you see a question with 4 options. I want you to tell me what do you think is the right answer. The question is this: what is an ideal way to read a textbook? In fact, any book. What is the ideal way to read a book? The first option is to read with the intention of understanding everything. The second option is to read, understand first, but do not memorize while reading. The third option is while reading, try to understand and memorize at the same time. The fourth option, I rarely read, so I don't care. So what do you think is the right answer? Type in the chat box with your answers. I hope nobody is mentioning 4. Okay, let them come in. I'm seeing some of them are answering 1. I'm seeing some. I'll also turn off my camera for some time so the bandwidth could be clear. So I'm seeing that somebody are answering 1, some are answering 2, and some are answering 3. So for those who have answered 1, I have a contour question for you. Is it practically possible to understand everything that you read? Is it practically possible to understand everything you read? Yes or no? So I'm seeing some of them are answering no, right? So do you still think, for those who answered 1, do you still think you should read with the intention of understanding everything? So here is the answer. It's practically not, it's practically not possible to understand everything. So do not have this expectation. So what expectation should you have? The expectation that you should have is you should read with with the intention of understanding the maximum while you are reading. So some of you might understand 50%, some of you might understand 60%, but not everybody will understand 100%. So the option number 1 is not true. So now I hope that you know that even option number 4 is not the right answer, right? So the answer is either 2 or 3. So before I answer this question, I have a framework that I want to show you. On the screen, you see 3 words: reading, note taking, and memory. So to learn from any book, it could be a textbook or it could be a non-fiction book. We only do 3 things, right? You read, you make notes, and you memorize. These are the only 3 things that we do. Now, I have a question for you. While reading, what should be the primary purpose? While reading, what should be the primary purpose? Answer your question in the chat box. Okay, some have mentioned understanding, some are mentioning, I think, memory is to get the basic understanding. Okay, so many of you have answered with the word understanding, and some of you have mentioned memory. So here is the right answer. While reading, the primary purpose is to understand what you are reading. That's it. The primary and the only purpose you should have while reading is to understand. That's it. Now, what's the primary purpose behind making notes? Like, why do you make notes? Why do you make notes? Is it for future reference? Okay. What else? To memorize. Okay. So here is the primary purpose of note taking. The primary purpose of note taking is to identify the key information in the book so you can revise it in the future. That's the primary purpose of note taking. The third step is the memory part. So what's the purpose of memory? Type your answers. Why do we memorize something? What's the reason behind memorizing something? Is to remember it, right? So the purpose of memorizing something is to recall in the future. So I'll just read 30. To learn from any textbook or any book, these are the 3 things you need to do: reading, note taking, and memory. The purpose of reading is to understand what you are reading. the purpose of note taking is to identify the key information. The purpose of memory is to recall in the future. So everybody understood with this framework? So somebody have just signed up. Kindly mute yourself. I think it's 1 plus 60. Request you to kindly mute yourself. Thank you. So here is the mistake many people do while studying or while reading. They combine all the 3 steps. They combine all the 3 steps. They try to read, they try to make notes, and they try to memorize at the same time. So if you combine all the 3 steps, it will slow you down. It will slow you down. So for that to not happen, what I recommend you to do is separate them into separate steps. Do them sequentially. So while reading, only read and read for understanding. Once you finish reading, then you come to the second step. That's the note taking part. So while making notes, you only make notes. And the third step is the memory. So once you finish making notes and identify the key information, then you memorize what's the important information. So clear with this framework? If you do this framework, the level of depth. So Anjali ma'am, somebody is scribbling on the screen. If you know him, kindly block him or something. So now if you follow the 3 steps, the level of depth that you will prepare for your exams would be on a peak level. So now, coming to this question, now what do you think is the right answer? Is it option number 2 or is it option number 3? So the right answer is option number 2. Read for understanding first and then memorize later. So that's the first mindset I want you to have. And the one tip I have for you as a student is now spend at least 50% of your time on memorizing. Let's say you are studying for 10 hours. In the first reading, spend the maximum time on understanding. Once you understand, then spend more time on memorizing. This will help you to write the exams effectively and pass. So now let's come to the TAP technique. So this is the technique that I have developed after reading over 3,000 books. And applying this technique, you will have 2 things. The first thing, you will start reading with high concentration. You will start reading with high concentration. And the second thing is your reading speed will increase anywhere between 10% to 25%. So now are you excited to learn the TAP technique? Type yes if you are excited to learn the TAP technique. So I can actually see the excitement and the energy of this group. Superb. So TAP stands for, TAP is an acronym and it stands for time it, alpha state and pacer. I'm going to teach you what alpha and pacer is, don't worry. So before I teach you this technique, I want to share with you a story where I had a conversation with somebody who is preparing for his CA final examinations. So during my workshop, this student comes to me and says, "Sir, I know that I have to sit for at least 10 to 12 hours on a minimum to prepare for my CA final examination. But for some reason, I am not motivated to sit. I cannot sit for more than 1 hour, or maximum I can sit for is 2 hours. That's it. what should I do to motivate myself to read for long duration? So do you have the same challenge as well, that you are not motivated to sit for 12 hours? Then I asked him this simple question. Okay, now tell me, you are in CA final. Why do you want to why do you want to study? So he said, if I study, then I can pass my CA exams. Then I can become a CA. I said, excellent. Now tell me, what will happen if you pass your CA exams? Then he said, sir, I can get a good job. I said, excellent. What will happen if you get a good job? He said, if I get a good job, I'll get a good salary. And with that salary, I can solve many of the financial challenges that my family is going. Then I told him a simple thing. So if you study for 12 hours a day, within few months, you can solve most of the financial challenges that your family is going through. Then he said, yes. Now, are you motivated to study? He said, yes. So this is the one thing I want to tell you as well, as a students or even as a professionals. Before you even open your book, you must have a strong reason to read it. You must have a strong purpose to study and pass for exams. Don't see the books as a 350-page book with lots of data in it. Of course, it is there. It's a book. Look beyond the book. What will happen if you read? What will happen if you study? If you have the strong purpose, then your motivation will be high. So you must have a strong purpose to study. And also as a student, somebody who is preparing for CA final examination, I have a question for you. Assume that you fail in one attempt. Let's see. Galaxy C9 Pro. Kindly unmute yourself. Assume that you fail in CA final exams for one time. What is the cost of it? Like, how much will you lose in terms of money? Like, as in CA, there is a subject called financial management, right? So now tell me, if you fail once, how much money will it cost you? So somebody is saying it's 6-month salary. Okay, what else? Now let's talk in numbers. So for some, you might think that it's 6 months salary. So let's assume that an average salary is 50K per month. So 6 months salary comes to around 3 lakh rupees, right? So many people say for every attempt that you fail, you lose 3 lakh rupees. I disagree with that. You know how much do you lose? If you fail once, you lose at least 1 crore. You lose at least 1 crore. How? By failing once, you are losing the first 6 months of your salary, right? And at the same time, you are losing the last 6 months of your salary, 6 months before your retirement. I'm sure your salary would be in more than one, your salary would be more than 1 CR, right? So for every attempt that you fail, you lose over 1 CR. Now with these two stories, now are you motivated to study harder? Are you motivated now? Type yes if you are a student and now you are motivated. Okay, now I cannot afford not to fail. So I'll just tell in one sentence what I want to convey here. Before you sit for study, you must have a strong purpose. You must have a strong reason, and you must know why you are studying it. So that's the core learning I want you to take. Now let's learn the TAP technique. TAP is an acronym. It stands for time it, A stands for alpha state, and P stands for pacer. So what happens is, when people start reading, what they generally do is they open the book, they come to the chapter, and they start reading. In my experience, I have found that it's the least effective way to read a book. Here is what I recommend you to do from now onwards. So before you start studying, just look at the number of pages in the chapter. assume that this chapter has around 25 pages, and based on your reading speed you can comfortably read that entire chapter in 45 minutes. So it has 25 pages and you can read in 45 minutes. So what I want you to do is you set a deadline to finish that entire chapter in, let's say, 35 minutes or in 30 minutes. So you set a deadline which stretches you. So when you set a deadline, your brain starts functioning faster. It starts functioning faster. And your brain will be more engaged. Now tell me, as a student, was your reading speed more one day before the exam? Like you finished lots of reading one day before the exam, right? Why? Because you know that tomorrow there is an exam. There is a clear deadline. So when you have a deadline, it creates some form of pressure in your brain. With that pressure, your brain will start becoming more effective and more efficient. So the first step I want you to do is you need to time yourself. I'll just summarize in 10 seconds. Before you start studying, Gautam ji, kindly mute yourself. So before you Gautam Shah. Anjali, can you please mute everyone? So this is what I want you to do. Before you start studying, look at number of pages. Before you start studying, look at number of pages in that chapter, and based on that pages, you set an artificial deadline, and you also set a timer, and you start studying. By doing this, you create an artificial pressure in your brain, and you start studying faster. Everybody understood with this step? The first step, time it. Type yes if you understood it. Excellent. Now the second step is something called as alpha state. Now there are machines which can measure your brain frequencies. Based on all the scientific research, the scientists have found that there are only 4 brain frequencies. The first is the beta state, second is the alpha state, third is the theta, D is the delta state. Without teaching you in scientific terms, beta state of mind is a state of mind where you are physically active and also mentally active. You are physically active and also mentally active. The second state, alpha state, is a state of mind where you are physically relaxed and also mentally relaxed. Theta and delta are the states of mind which you go while you are sleeping. Now tell me, in which state of mind should you read? Type your answer in the chat box. So some are mentioning beta, some are saying alpha. So the right answer is the alpha state of mind. Remember, in alpha state of mind, you are physically relaxed and you are also mentally relaxed. So when you are mentally relaxed, the number of thoughts you have are less. Number of thoughts you have are less. So your concentration would be at peak. Whereas most people read in beta state of mind. In beta state of mind, you are physically active and you are also mentally very active. So when you are mentally very active, what happens is there are multiple thoughts in your brain already running. And if you try to read with all the thoughts that are going on, reading becomes one more thought. So your concentration would not be good in beta state of mind. So from today onwards, I want you to make me a promise that you will read in alpha state of mind. Now, $1 million question. How to go to alpha state? I'm sure many have this question as well, right? Now tell me, based on your experience, how can you go to alpha state? Share your answers in the chat box. How can you go to alpha state? Proper sleep and meditation. Meditation can help. Okay. By practice, what are some of the different ways you can go to alpha state? Again, remember when I say alpha state, you are physically and you are mentally relaxed. Taking a power nap between studies, exercise, meditation by relaxing, put aside your mobile phone, balance in life. Okay, what else? Proper sleep is something. Breathing techniques are one way of going to alpha state. So most of you are right. So I will tell you different ways of going into alpha state. The first way of going into alpha state is by meditation. Meditation is nothing but going into alpha state. That's what meditation is about. If you do not the habit of meditation, I highly recommend that you start meditating daily. You start meditating daily. But unfortunately, you cannot meditate every time you study, right? The second way of going into alpha state is by doing deep breathing exercises. So when you do the pranayama that are mentioned in yoga, it will help you to go to alpha state. That's the second way. The third way of going into alpha state is by listening to a very special music. Listening to a special music called as alpha music. If you search in YouTube called alpha music, you will come across some special type of music. Just by playing them in the background, it will help you to go to alpha state. So these are some of the ways you can go to alpha state. All are good, but it's not possible for you to do them every time you sit for study, right? So I have come up with a very simple process which you can do to go to alpha state. Here is the process. The first thing you do is you close your eyes. You take deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. 3 deep breaths. Once you do that, you count backwards from 10 to 1. And with each count, imagine that your brain is relaxing. Your brain is relaxing. And by the time you reach 1, you will be in alpha state of mind. I will just recap the process. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and then count backwards from 10 to 1. By the time you reach 1, your brain would be comparatively very relaxed, and most likely you will be in alpha state. So we will do this very practically now. So what I want you to do is whatever you have on your hand, just keep it aside and sit comfortably now. So I'm going to guide you to go to alpha state. Okay? Everybody ready? Whatever you have on your hand, whatever paper you have, just keep it aside and close your eyes. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. So now I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1. And with each count, you will be more and more relaxed. 10, 9, 8, more and more relaxed. 7, 6, 5, more and more relaxed. 4, 3, 2, more and more relaxed. 1. Now you are completely relaxed. Just observe that you have very less thoughts. Just become aware of what's going on in your brain. And now you can open your eyes. Open your eyes. Now in the chat box, I want you to share what was your experience like when you were going into alpha state. What were you feeling?
Super.
So somehow mentioned I was about to sleep. Okay. So if you didn't get good night sleep, then you may go to sleep as well. So I highly recommend everyone, especially students, to have at least 8 hours of sleep every day. So some are saying relaxed, at peace, fresh mood, feeling calm, thoughtless, less thoughts, no thoughts, relaxed and peace. It's very good state to be in. That's the magic of the alpha state. That's the magic of alpha state of mind. From today onwards, I want you to make a promise. Before you sit for studying, you will spend 10 seconds going into alpha state. This entire process took less than 10 seconds, right? With practice, it will go even faster. But I want you to spend like 10 seconds before you sit for studying to go to alpha state of mind. From today onwards, going into alpha state of mind is a must, not a should. I want everybody to type I promise in the chat box. I promise. I want everybody to make a promise to go to alpha state before you sit for studying. Believe me, I have taught this technique to over 5,000 people in over 30 countries. This is the one technique which has got amazing result, even sometimes miracles with people studying and even sometimes reading. I have had a professional who was over 60 years old, who never finished an entire book. After mastering what I have taught in this webinar, he finished an entire book for the first time in his life. So this technique can be used for all the ages, So there is no age limit for alpha state. As a children, you were naturally in alpha state. So most of the pre-nursery schools and all these students are in alpha state. As we age, we generally spend lots of our time on beta state of mind. So one thing I recommend, and you made a promise that you will go to alpha state before you start studying, right? So that's the second step of the TAP technique. T for time it, A for alpha state. And the third step is the pacer. So now we do not have dictionaries, but few years back we used to look for a word in a dictionary, right? In a physical dictionary. How do you generally look for a word in the dictionary? You open your dictionary and you use your hand or a pen as a pacer, right? As a guide. So you generally use your guide while looking for a word in a dictionary or looking for a number in a phone book in Yellow Pages. So we generally do it. From today onwards, I want you to use pacer every time you start to every time you sit to study. So I'll just demonstrate you how to use a pacer. Let me start the video. So you can turn off your video. So let's assume that I am reading this book. So how do I do is, for example, let's say I'm reading this book. I use my dominant hand. I can use my index finger or I can use a pen. It doesn't matter. I just want you to pick up one pacer and keep your pacer on the first word of the sentence. As I start studying, as I start reading, I slowly move my pacer. Remember, the place I am putting my pacer has to be on the word I am reading. This is how I start reading. So everybody saw it? Everybody understood what I am talking about? You basically use your index finger of your dominant hand or pen or pencil. And then you keep it on the first line, first word of the sentence, and you start reading. As you read, you move your pacer. So this is how you read.
एक सेकंड ये बहुत टाइम खाने दीजिए
कुछ टाइम ना
Falguni ji, can you please mute yourself? So everybody understood what the pacer is? If you understood, type yes. In fact, what I want you to do is I want you to read with pacer for 1 minute right now. I want you to open any book. It could be a textbook or any book. Read for 1 minute with a pacer. So I'll repeat one more time on how to use a pacer. You use the index finger of your dominant hand or pen or pencil, and you keep the pacer on the first word of the first sentence. As you read, you start moving the pacer. You use your pacer as a guide for your eyes. I want you to read for 1 minute with the pacer. Read for 1 minute. And share your experience. What was it like? In my experience, I have noticed just by going into alpha state and by reading with a pacer, your reading speed will increase by at least 10%. By at least 10%. It will also help you to read with high concentration. So some of the things that I commonly hear while people are using pacer, my concentration went up. I can focus better. My speed has increased. These are some of the things that I generally hear. So from today onwards, I want everybody to read with a pacer. So this is the summary tap technique. T stands for time it, A stands for alpha state, P stands for pacer. So what do I mean by time it? You set a target or you set a deadline based on the number of pages you have to read. And you set the timer and you try to finish the entire chapter within that stipulated time. Next, you go to alpha state. What do you mean by alpha state? You go to alpha state of mind with closing your eyes, taking 3 deep breaths and counting backwards from 10 to 1 or from 5 to 1. Once you go to alpha state, you open your eyes and then you start reading with pace. Use the index finger of your dominant hand, or you can use a pen or you can use a pencil. That's the summary of the tap technique. From if you just use this tap technique, and I'm sure some of you have experienced this already, your focus and your concentration will improve, and also your reading speed will increase by 10 to 25%. I want you to type "I promise" in the chat box if you make a promise that you will apply tap technique from today onwards. Type "I promise." Excellent. Again, remember, just knowing about these techniques will not help you to read faster. You need to apply them daily. So every time you sit for studying or you sit to read anything, make it a point to apply the tap technique. So if you are a professional and if you have to read something online, you can use the time it and alpha state. For pacer, you can use mouse as a pointer. You can use mouse as a pointer. I know that it will be very uncomfortable, but try it a few times by using the mouse. Even if you still feel very uncomfortable, then you can skip the pacer while you are reading online and do it only while you are doing the offline reading. So everybody clear with the tap technique? Type yes if you understood the tap technique. Excellent. So now I'm going to spend some time answering some of the questions you might have. So either in the link that I have shared in the beginning, you can ask your question in that form, or you can ask your question in the chat box. So while you are asking the question, I want you to share your feedback about this webinar. So I have shared a link on the screen, isrini.co/ICAI feedback. So I want to know what's your feedback. And if you fill out the feedback and if you share your email address, I will forward you the book that I have written. I have written a book called as Secrets of Speed Reading. I will share that book for completely for free. Or if you want, you can choose to purchase it. It's up to you. Or if you want to get for free, you can fill the feedback form. So while you are filling up the feedback form, if you have any questions, ask them in the chat box. Chiragji, kindly fill in the feedback form. Do not share your email address here. So what to do while reading online? So you can use the same tap technique while reading online as well. But remember, if you read on computer, your reading speed will fall by at least 25%. Our eyes are not trained. Our eyes are not trained to look at the screens. So it's common to notice a dip in your reading speed. So how to share the feedback? I have shared the link on the screen. If you look at the link on the screen, you will get it there. It's www.srini.co. So how to retain the learnings from the book that I have read for long duration? So there are technique called as linking method and memory palace technique. If you use those technique, it will help you to memorize. It will help you to memorize. So it takes anywhere between 3 hours to learn these memory techniques. With the lack of time, I won't be able to teach you that here, but you can definitely search in Google. So if you, I have shared the, I'll just, yeah, what else? So the link is on the screen. So I have just shared the link on the chat box as well. So what more questions do you have? What more questions do you have? So one student asked me, like, he's studying for CA exams and how much time should I sit for studying on every day? So the answer is simple, that I got this answer from my professor. If you want to pass your CA exams with rank, then sit for anywhere between 14 to 16 hours a day. If you want to pass the exam comfortably, then read for 10 to 12 hours. If you want to take a risk कि pass भी होना है कि पता नहीं, then you sit for minimum of 8 hours. Minimum of 8 hours. But if you spend less than 8 hours for preparing your CA exams, then only God can save you. Then you can spend lots of your time on temples and masjid, because only God can save you. And the one question is, what's the ideal time to sit for studying? It's in the morning or in the afternoon. So many have this question. The answer is this: there are two schools of thought. Some say that you should sit for studying in the morning. Some say you should sit at the time which you are comfortable with. Personally, I am a night owl, so I sit for studying in the night. I used to sit for studying at 10 o'clock in the night and go all the way to 7 o'clock in the morning. There was some of my friends who were studying in the morning. So the answer is whatever is comfortable for you. So if you have any questions, ask them here. So can you tell the best memory technique? So best memory technique you can learn is called as linking method or the memory palace technique. So on the screen, you can see my name and email address. You can ask them. You can ask them as well. You can send me an email as well. It's fine. So I'll try to answer as many questions I can as well. So I also want you to, so based on my experience, I have also designed an online course called as Become an Expert Learner. In this expert learner course is a combination of 4 courses called as Read Faster, how to double your reading speed. In the second course, Finish Reading Books, I teach you a step-by-step system to read any book. In the third course, Effective Note Taking, I teach how to summarize and how to identify and summarize the key points of the book and the chapter you are reading. In the fourth course, Master Your Memory, I teach with you all the techniques that are required to master your memory and to memorize entire books, even textbooks. You can have a look at the online course as well. So if you have any questions, ask them. So how many revisions are necessary? So what I recommend everybody to do is this. While you are studying for the first time, have the entire focus on understanding. Have the focus completely on understanding of the text. Once you understand the text, you prepare notes. You prepare notes, and then you do as many revisions as necessary. Remember, the first revision have to take place within 24 hours after you do the first reading. The first revision have to happen after you do the first reading. Your brain will forget over 90% of what you have read. So imagine this, you sit for studying for 1 hour and you do not revisit that book. Within 48 hours, your brain would have forgotten more than 90% of it. That's a scary part, right? So what you must do is, to avoid that, you must spend time on revising it. So for every 1 hour of study, you need to spend at least 10 minutes revising. What more questions do you have? So that's right, Jay. It's called memory palace technique. Yes. So one challenge many students have is that whenever I sit to study, I start feeling sleepy. That's a very common challenge to have. So to avoid that, what you must do is two things. Get a good night's sleep. And the second thing is you need to have a strong purpose. The one I shared, have a strong purpose. If you have a strong purpose, then that sleep will not happen. Anjali ji, do you have anything to add?
Hello, sir. I'm Rahul Nuwal from Vikasa Committee.
Yes, sir.
Is the session finished?
Yes, sir. We can finish now. If you have any questions, we can answer them. Otherwise, we can finish.
Okay. So first of all, before we finish the session, I would like you to thank. I would like to thank you for taking out time for us as student fraternity and for members as well. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your TAP technique and your experience over learning 3,000 books. And we will make sure that we follow the TAP technique in our practical life and improve our reading skills as well as reading habits. So thank you so much, sir. As well, I would like to thank all the students and members who have joined us for this session. Your such great response of 200 students keeps us motivated to go on with such webinars. And before I end my speech, I would like all of the students who have joined this for this seminar to join in the evening seminar, which is at 4 to 5:30 on what will the market of post the lockdown, because as we all know, the system which we followed till now will change as the social gatherings will the type of social gatherings will change. The form in which we used to do the business will also change. So we should know what is the coming up updates in the markets as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So before I close, if you have not filled the feedback form, kindly fill it. And if you have any questions that I have not answered them during this webinar, you can send me an email. That's it. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. See you, everyone.
Yes.